And are you Mr. White?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Judge.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. White, I'm showing you what's entitled true bill of indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, we waive it.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, Your Honor, state's proceeding on count 2, waiving and abandoning counts 1 and 3.
Any objections?
No objection.
All right, Mr. White, I'm showing you what's entitled court admonishments and defendants waivers and affidavit of admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and count 2, you're charged with the offense of injury to a child, bodily injury intentionally and unknowingly. That's a third-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
I understand, Your Honor.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defense to this offense?
Yes, Judge.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes.
Mr. White, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. You reviewed that page with your attorney. Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea bargain agreement, the state is proceeding on count 2. Punishment is to be assessed at 4 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine. There are no applications. The state will take in consideration 2021 CR 11250. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. You plea as a co-defendant with Kayla White, Kayla Connor, and Christopher White. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Judge.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
Well, there's been filed motions, but they hadn't been ruled on, Judge.
And Mr. White, to the offense as alleged in count 2, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest, Your Honor.
State any evidence.
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, state offers state's exhibit number 1 and its attachments.
No objection.
Mr. White, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence state's exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing state's exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find that there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, please, Judge.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Judge, other than we respectfully ask that the court follow the plea bargain agreement. This decision was difficult to make on behalf of Mr. White's behalf. And, but considering all circumstances, he's agreed to take responsibility.
All right, so I'm going to follow your agreement, sentence you to 4 years in the prison. Give you credit for any time served. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. And you entered your plea as co-defendants, I'm sorry, as co-defendant with Kayla White, Kayla Connor, and Christopher White. And Mr. White, do you admit that this act was committed with Kayla White, Kayla Connor, and Christopher White?
I don't believe that my brother or my sister-in-law, Kayla White, had any involvement.
You're pleading as a co-defendant, so that's my question to you. According to this plea bargain agreement, you're pleading as a co-defendant.
I don't understand.
You want to speak to him about that?
Maybe just rephrase the question.
All
Well,
right. You understand that Kayla White is a co-defendant in this case?
Yes, I understand.
All right. So you understand, according to your plea bargain agreement, you agree that she is a co-defendant
Yes, I
and
understand.
partially responsible for this. Do you understand?
I can't make a plea for somebody else's guilt.
Judge, I think what we understood is that he would, that with regard to any other co-defendant who has not pled, and there should be 4, but I think only one has done a plea. That's Kayla Connor. I think she got a deferred deal. The other 2 co-defendants, I don't think have pled to my knowledge, but
I
Should-
can't
should
speculate their involvement, Your Honor.
well, should Mr. White be a witness in that case and be called to testify, he can testify as to what his personal knowledge is. That's what he thinks he's agreeing to do here.
Yes, Judge, and there's from speaking directly with the defendant, he claims to have no knowledge specifically, but there's potential that we might call him as a witness if the other 2 defendants were to go to trial, that being Kayla White and Christopher White, and that is in contemplation of that particular provision of his plea bargain agreement.
Do you understand that, Mr. White?
Yes, I understand. Yes, Your Honor.
All right. As previously stated, the court has sentenced you to 4 years in the prison for any time served, affirmative finding of family violence. You're pleading as a co-defendant with Kayla White, Kayla Connor, and Christopher White, taking in consideration 2021 CR 11250. Is there anything else from either side with regards to sentencing?
I know you're on.
Let me see.
All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled trial court certification. Thank you. A defendant's rights to appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a felony conviction and because this is an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand? You understand?
Your Honor, does the law change after 5 years after the end?
You're not allowed to possess any weapons or ammunition due to the fact that this is a felony conviction and also because there's an affirmative finding of family violence. I need to know whether or not you understand that.
I understand. Your Honor.
All right, if you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. Mr. White, possessing a weapon and whether or not you can possess one should be the least of your concerns. Your concerns should be about this child who now doesn't trust you and you haven't been a good parent to that child. So that child doesn't have its mother because that child stated in the police report, they haven't seen their mother in who knows when. People need to stop having children if they're not going to take care of them appropriately. People need to stop having children if they are not going to show them the love and respect that they deserve.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, do you want me to put you in a corner and hit you? I think not.
No, Your Honor.
So that shouldn't be done to a child either. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And before you decide to have any more children, I would suggest that you take parenting classes and learn how your actions impact the child and how that diminishes a child's self-esteem. And then you know what ends up happening? When your child decides to have children, hopefully they won't treat their child the way you treated them, but you never know. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.